You're live.
It's almost like Ingrid was just trying to cover for you. I just pointed to Ingrid. I said, "Come on, it's noon. Put a wiggle in it." She's like, "You just did what?" Anyways, how are we doing today, Kristen?
Wait, I'm going to the promo.
I'm gonna get to the
Oh.
promo. Follow my lead. Trust me. Hope you
No.
guys are doing well.
Never trust.
Door is now getting shut. Now we can get going with the show. We got so much to go on.
I'm excited. Let's
to
go.
talk about. Do you even know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I say let's go. Okay, let's go. Here he comes. It's time for video check-in. Don't hit the lights. What is wrong with you? To my left, co-host, chickenista, chicken expert, Kristen. Today is going to be an awesome show. Look at Goosebumps.
Coyotes are everywhere.
What's going on, Kristen?
Oh, I was just getting my chicken poop necklace on.
Can I get some? Someone's already pooped. Ingrid's like doing her job. Ask and you may receive. Ingrid is on it.
Don't blame it on me.
Oxygen is the solution to foul odors.
I just felt it on my back. It's warm and oh, God.
I knew I was going to have serious problems that, like, the Coop remained that much better than the house forever.
The Coop is beautiful, by the way. I'm not trying to plug your products by any means.
Please do.
Lipstick, give me a makeup kit. You know, I'll be nice and pretty for the crows.
Oh, so let's pull out another chicken. This is like a magic trick. Up to 1 o'clock already. Oh my God. We have a new Ingrid.
Memo! I missed the memo.
Know a lot of people who do raise rabbits alongside their chickens.
Why would you wait till the last minute to pull out your homework?
Have we met before?
Yep, that's a good one with the cords and everything.
This falls right off, and he regrows a new one the following spring.
Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
Why?
This is a really interesting show.
Oh, it's, see?
Yeah.
My fault. I love it. Cindy, you just earned yourself a shirt. I love that.
Yes, Matt, you are right.
I had no idea what to expect when we opened up that box. And this is why we love what we do.
That's my goal, is to really bring people together through chickens.
The power of chickens.
So-
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Video Chicken Live. It is July 3rd, 12:02 Eastern. Thank you for being here. And
You're welcome.
We got a lot to talk about today. So you were technically late.
Oh, no, I saw it was 12 o'clock when I sat down. So that's not technically late. That's just on time.
No, because the button was already pressed for live. But anyways, thank you for being here.
On time. Thanks.
It is
You're
hump.
welcome.
It's hump day again. This might become a new thing. I do think people do prefer it on Fridays. But here's what I can tell you,
Do
folks.
you prefer it?
I apparently, because here's what's happening. When we do Video Chicken Live on Wednesday, it's throwing everyone off. Because they're like, oh my God, it must be Friday. To the point I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Saturday, what am I going to do? I was like, oh, it's Thursday. It's
You
payroll.
gotta go.
But tomorrow's 4th of July, so we have tomorrow off.
So it is kind of like a Friday.
It is
Yeah,
like a
that's right.
Friday. We are going to have the office open Friday.
Okay.
I'm not coming in. I'm tapping out. I got so much other work I need to do.
What are you doing?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, is that personal?
Personal.
Oh.
I'm getting my personal shop up and running so I can get back to what I love to do, and that is actually build stuff off the top of my head. And speaking of that,
I got some projects for you.
No, I bet you do. Speaking of that, we sold our first 10 by 12 goat house, which is massive.
How many goats will that hold?
A lot. I don't know right now. I'm still crunching the numbers.
Depends on the size of the goat, I suppose.
True. Yep. So, we're going to be talking about a lot of things today, but a lot of it's going to be one or two subjects. Okay. So listen, we had an email come in that sparked this whole conversation. And then we had another email come in from the customer in Sweden. And when I hear these questions, regardless if we already are saying, well, we got a video for that, or we've already answered that, we need to keep making sure that everyone knows where to get this information. And of course, VCL, what a great way. So today, and I'm trying to word it so it makes sense what I am trying to get at. And that is, we're going to talk about not only the different types of exterior material to put on your coop, that is for aesthetics, but why you would choose that material because of a certain look you're going for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if not, I promise it's going to make a lot of sense here soon. And I have so many different samples that I've been making up this week.
Wait a minute. Did Matt do show prep?
Oh, I have been doing so much show prep.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous.
I see the stack over there.
Oh, and I got stacks here. I got so much going on. So I definitely
I
want
love it when we do show prep.
Me too. So I definitely want to get into that. So it's going to have a lot to do with why Acre, why not Acre? Do I stain? Do I oil? Do I paint? And then other things started to come up. I'm like, oh, this is all stuff I want to talk about. So we got a lot to talk about today. So we're going to get into that. Also, I have a contest for today. And of course, it's going to be complicated, but doesn't need to be. I had another moment.
We'll make it complicated?
No, I'm going to try to simplify. I made another moment. I had another moment yesterday where I said, we're getting there. Meaning I can leave. And I needed to, I shared it with everyone in today's staff meeting. I'm going to share it with you guys, but I'm going to look for you guys to see. Thank you.
Didn't share it with
wood chips on you.
everyone.
You're the one that walked away. So I was like, Ingrid, I know. I said, Ingrid, we got a contest today, but now you're not going to find out till the show. Right. So, folks, I need you to be able to answer. We need the first person to answer the question correctly with the answer we're looking for. It's one of those.
Oh, wow.
Without going over?
You can't go over. So first person, you get one answer, and it's going to make sense. But I really want to. I want to share the story real quick. It's not going to take long, and you guys are going to understand why. Plus, it's going to teach you guys some things. Are we ready for that? First person to answer it right gets a free T-shirt. So it all starts with water bars. That's where we got to get. Yes. Our water bars are great. Our basic water systems are wonderful, but they can be complicated if you're not understanding how to troubleshoot it, right? We all know this. Right? Mm-hmm. Perfect. And yesterday, Nicole came to me and said, we got a customer where their pump just is not working. I'm like, okay, well, let's figure it out. So we know the first rule, if you have one of our water systems, something's not right, whatever, send us pictures and videos. So the person did that. And again, pump's not working. Okay, well, let's figure out why it's not working. So what should be the first thing we do to check why a pump's not working?
Is this the question?
No, I'm going to get to the question.
Okay.
We didn't know. We're afraid to answer.
So what would be the first thing that we would want to check?
Is it plugged in?
Is it plugged? Yeah. Okay, is it plugged in?
Do you have power?
But if do you have power? Yeah. When you're troubleshooting something, start at the beginning, go through the layers, don't skip a layer or go to the end and work backwards. So we're going to go forward. So we got to make sure we have power, right? So obviously the pump's not going to run if we don't have power. So regardless if it's plugged in or not, let's find out if we have power. How should a customer verify if they have power or not?
Plug something else in there that they know works.
That they know works. Okay, so if you plug in a hairdryer, make sure that hairdryer works. Okay, so you got to make sure you have power. So let's do that first. Power. Well, at least I'm plugged in. And I pulled this out of the my office.
So where did you pull that out
of? Which usually means it's probably not working. So we're going to check it. So I figured, well, this is going to be a great step. So you need to be my assistant today, and I need you to hold that.
I can do that.
And, of course, always have voltage meters handy. If you don't have a voltage meter, I recommend people, these are always great. Don't be intimidated by it. It's so easy. And what type of electricity do we have coming out of our residential, our homes, our walls?
AC.
AC. What does AC mean?
Alternating current.
Excellent. So alternating current means it goes up and down 60 times a second, okay? Back and forth between positive and negative. The point I'm getting at is we're going to take this meter and we got to set it. Do I have it set right? Do you see the difference? We got 60 volts AC or we got 60 volt DC. See the straight line?
Yeah.
That's direct current, straight line. So we want the sine wave, alternating current. Okay, so we're going to put it on 600 volts. Now I need you to hold this, and hopefully we got the lighting correctly. And we're going to first confirm. Don't ever leave anything to chance. We got 122 volts. So we're right on the money, right?
Right.
Okay, good. So now we know for a fact, unless the kitty goes and unplugs it on us, that'd be rude. We got power. Next, we're going to take our pump, right, guys? We're going to take our pump. We're going to hook it up. Okay. And da-da-da-da-da. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Without me explaining what to do, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and plug it in. And you hear that? What's that remind you of? Light it, Uncle Bobby. You guys remember that one? Anyways, you guys hear that?
No.
There's the pump. The pump's running, right? Whether or not it has water or not, light it. You never seen that meme?
No.
With the gallon things over their head? Uncle Bobby to the moon. Anyways, so, okay, the pump's running, okay? Okay, so good. Pump's running. Customer has their pump plugged in. It's not running. Dead. Okay? So, here's what I'm getting at, folks. I said, okay, Christopher, go grab your camera. Nicole, come in here. Let's do a video of something I never talked about. This doesn't happen very often, but there's another step we need to check. Right here. Your pump could be completely fine, but this plug has to take AC to DC, okay? And it's actually going to step it down. There's a little transformer in here and a rectifying circuit, so it takes it from AC to DC. So we're going to go back. We're going to plug this in. You ready? Okay. Now, we got to make sure. Look at the layers. Electricity, plug. Now, let's make sure we got power here. Now, we know we're going from AC to what?
DC.
Excellent. Direct current. So we're going to change our voltmeter. And here's the only way I really know you can tell for sure if this is going to have power. All right, so go ahead and hold that. We are set to DC. It doesn't matter which color lead. It just means if you're going to get a negative or positive reading because it's direct current. The outside should be negative. Just kidding. All right. So we're going to touch the outside. All right. We're going to go to the outside. We're going to touch this here. Now we're going to go inside. Hopefully you guys can see us. We're going to plug it in. DC is very safe. What do we got, Kristen?
12.3.
Okay. The kitty's going crazy. If the whole show goes down, it's the cat's fault. Show everyone. 12 point what?
12.3.
Show everyone. Okay, what do we got? 12.3. So we have voltage to here.
Right.
All right, here comes the question. I said, Nicole, let the customer know they need to check this because most likely that's what's causing the pump not to work. Thought my job was done.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh.
One of my moments in life I'm always going to remember.
What? When you were wrong?
I technically was wrong. I didn't think it. I didn't do what I preach. And that is take a step back, zoom out, look at the big picture. Don't leave anything to chance. Nicole made a suggestion of why the pump might not be working. And she was exactly right. What was it? That's the question. Let's say the customer has power to here and they got power to here and the pump's not coming on. In this situation, why is the pump not working? I didn't even think about it. I skipped a layer and she didn't. And I said, that is what I need. That tells me you guys are getting it. You're thinking, you're learning, you're doing all the things I want you guys to do and do better than me. And she did better than me. What was that one thing in this particular situation was going on why the customer did not have power to the pump?
So Nicole gets a t-shirt.
I think Nicole, yeah, she does. But okay, makes sense? Now, you guys can't answer because even if you get it right, do you have an idea? Don't say it. Do you guys have an idea? Because you're both pretty smart.
I would guess.
Okay, so we're going to wait, and we're going to see if anyone gets it. So it's kind of tricky, but it's not. So there's a clue. All right. Moving on. How is everyone doing? Thanks for being here.
Question.
I don't have my mouse. How many people? 58. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up, folks. Come on. Let's get the show promoted. Let's get out there. Answer that. Talk to each other. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from.
We got a question. Have you ever considered putting a chiller on the watering system to combat summer heat?
Can't wait. Yes. Have for years. I just need to do it. And I can't wait. We're closer than ever to doing it. You know why? I finally have my shop again. I can't wait. I'm going to go out and I'm going to dig a hole right deep down into the ground to where we know it's going to be about 50 degrees.
How deep is that?
It should be about, I'm going to guess 50 inches. An inch a degree. No, just kidding. I don't know. We're going to find out for North Carolina. Probably everyone's a little bit different. I know in New York, in order for the system to work, you definitely got to go down 52 inches because you got to get below the frost lines. You don't want it to freeze. So you got to get down to where there's consistent temperature. So we're going to be geothermal cooling our water systems. So and here's where those memes I see online.
Where are you going to do that? Here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, not here, but at the farm.
But you don't have a chicken coop there.
I don't need a chicken coop. I got a thermometer. I got water. I got a shovel.
All right.
But the other thing that he can do in the meantime is if he has a circulating system, you can get bags of ice, put it in your rain barrel,
Speaking
circulate.
of that, yeah, sorry to interrupt. Sorry if I'm bothering your guys' OCD or whatever it is. We did a video on that.
I don't have OCD. You could come over to my house and that's really obvious.
We did a video on that. Is that getting edited, Christopher?
A video of putting ice in the
rain barrel. Yes. Kelly recorded it and then handed the phone back to you, and you got to do your magic.
I can edit it.
Get right to that, Mike. Everyone wants to hear you. All right, real quick. Speaking of Christopher, real quick fun fact. Do you know Christopher has a movie?
No.
And it's sold out?
What kind of movie?
That's what I asked. So Christopher is a movie director. I had no idea. Also, Christopher came out with his first long format video. Did we all watch it?
I did. I watched it on the big screen at home, and it was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
It really is. It's a great video. I'll be honest with you. It took me a couple watches to understand. That's the cat. If you guys hear the cat just strangling the lines around here. It took me a little bit to realize what the message Christopher was trying to send. And then that's where it just becomes a tearjerker. And even in the comments, people have said, wow, this is amazing.
I like how he captured the people as well. Like the whole
because that has a lot to do with
right,
the point of the story is the people. So if you guys haven't watched it, not now, later, stay here. Let us know what your questions are. Go over to our YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribing, subscribe. If you're not following on Instagram, follow on Instagram. But go to our YouTube channel, watch that video. It's just absolutely incredible. Okay, moving on. Today, we got a lot to talk about.
You know, with your geothermal test, if you would like to do that at my house, I'm about to put up a American coop, my first American coop. And, you know, it would just be a waste if you dug a big hole in your own yard and didn't have chickens. So, you know, I'm just throwing it out there.
I will consider it.
Oh, ooh,
I will consider
very
it.
nice.
Yeah, so using your words. Considering passes thinking, right? I'm thinking
Yes.
about it. I'll consider
It's
it.
one level past thinking.
Excellent. All right, folks, here's what we got to do. Here's what started today's conversation. We had a customer email, and the question was, can I use Cabot Australian timber oil on Acre? And I know we touched on this last week.
We actually used it.
Okay, I know we touched on this last week, but I realized I need to go in more depth. And that's what we're going to do today. And when I got that question, I'm taking it as, okay, if we put oil on Acre, is it going to combust? Is it going to melt? Is it going to beat it? You know, I'm thinking of more of it on a technical side of it. All right. Not so much, can you actually do it and will it look good? And so I submitted that I submitted that call to Modern Mill to ask them from the technical side, and they were going to get back to me. And they just haven't yet, or maybe they haven't. I haven't checked my email. Anyways, so I followed up with Kim, who's our order taker here, who was talking to this customer, and I read in the email that it says, I want to use oil because I want my coop to look like this coop on your wonderful website. And it was an American coop, all oiled, and it's gorgeous with black roof, black hardware, just that beautiful rustic look. And as soon as I read that, it clicked what was going on. It's not, if she wants her coop to look like that, you're not going to achieve it. And here we go. Let's just start pulling some stuff out here.
Visual aids.
Yeah,
Sorry, podcast listeners.
Yes, we got so that means if you're listening to the podcast later, you should have been here. Here is the visual aids. I got so much. Okay, let's start with this material right here. Okay, Acre, plain old Acre, right? Did I not grab it? I did. And then here's a what's this part too? Can you tell? This is siding to an egg hutch, and this is the BCX Southern Yellow Pine. This is what we've been using for years. And what we've done is we've replaced the BCX ply with Acre, right? Okay. Now, we have been going on, and we're going to continue to go on how much we love Acre and why. But here's the thing. If a customer wants her coop to look like, hang on to this. We're going to get through this. We need a bigger table. And this is just the beginning. We're going to really get into it here. Of course, it's the one right at the bottom. Here we go. I'm going to pull this out. That cat is going to tip something over. Look at this. If you want your coop to look like that, look at the siding. Okay, the siding that's oiled. The Doug fir that's oiled. Okay, and that's this wood here. Here's another piece from last week.
That's a very good match.
Isn't it? And it's two different species on top of it.
I'm surprised, actually.
Because that always concerns me, okay? And then let's say, I want true board and batten. Okay, not a problem. And if you're going for rustic, true board and batten's the ticket. I mean, look at this. This is gorgeous, right? And then you take and you oil up your trim.
And that's pine board?
Yep, it's whitewood. It's a pine. And the point is you're seeing the knots. You're seeing probably what you're looking for. But more importantly, the consistency between the framing and the siding, whether it's an American style or Carolina style, right?
Right.
Here's the problem. There you go.
Acre
oiled. Yeah, that's pretty close. All right, Acre oiled.
doesn't match.
Doesn't look good at all.
Yeah.
Now, someone may say, "Oh my God, Matt, you're crazy. I love it." Okay, fine.
Well, it's a
Great.
two-tone wood situation, but one's a very neutral and one's warm.
Right. One's very no imperfections. Very.
The Acre is
The Acre's just it's very futuristic. If I may. May I?
Uh-huh.
Good, I did.
But it has a very neutral tone as well.
It does. And this is the same oil. I hope I'm not leaving out some steps. This is the same oil, and you're not going to achieve. This customer is not going to achieve with her coupe, if she was to order a standard coupe, to get the look that she wants. And you know me. I want the customer happy. Mm-hmm. I think we all know that. And it starts with us. What's going on? What'd you have to eat before here?
Nothing.
You got some water?
Yeah, I do.
Thank
Sorry.
you. All right. So what I realized is how much I need to continue making sure we are careful when we get into our whole standardization, pigeonholing us with all, here's the coupe, end of story, which we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, boy. We made some major breakthroughs in today's meeting where we're just, here it is. No options, no nothing. Take it or leave it, click it or don't click it. In this situation, what I told Kim is I said, tell the customer if she wants that look, we technically need to have a custom order change because Acre now is standard. This is not. So you just imagine the domino effects going through the shop. Do it in Southern Yellow. Give this customer what they want, right?
Yeah, that looks great.
And so we talked to the customer and we explained it. And she's like, oh, okay, that sounds like a great idea. I said, okay, so we'll just go back and we'll build you one of our older style coupes. She goes, no. This is the part of the conversation I love. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's an educated customer right there.
And very smart. And once again, and I've always said this, our customers are the ones that come to us with the best ideas. It's our job how to execute on it. You know what she suggested?
A hybrid.
Did I already tell you this story? Are you cheating? It was a hybrid. So instead of high density on the inside, like we did with our older coupes,
plastic,
put the Acre in place on the inside of the coupe with the exterior siding. So yeah, hybrid.
Wow, isn't that nice? So it would actually, I mean, if she stained it, it would look like that on the inside.
Okay, well,
I mean, just the tones. I mean, not exactly the placement.
Yeah, and we don't need to stain it, but I guess you could. You don't need to do it. That was the other thing that I think I really got into last week is
I like that contrast, though.
You don't have to oil Acre because the oil is there to protect the wood. The oil is there to protect the wood. You don't have to protect Acre. But if you're looking for a look, especially in this particular situation, you got to go with the BCX ply. Or we take it a step further. True board and batten, which is going to cost more. It's a lot more work, a lot more material, but boy, is it gorgeous. True board and batten. What do you mean by true board and batten? A lot of our Carolinas that go out now are what we call board and batten style. Okay, so now with all that said, questions. Any questions so far?
Or answers. We have a challenge.
We do have a contest today. If you didn't get the question, I'll see. I like to reward the people that are here, ready to go, because they know the question. Hopefully, they're answering.
We have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Amber asks, why do you use metal roofing instead of polycarbonate?
Talk to us about roofing, please. Bring that in. I think people love to see. Oh, there I am. Jubilee. Is that a Jubilee? Kind of
or
a younger?
Speckled Sussex.
Or speckled Sussex.
Yeah.
Talk to us about roofing, please. Absolutely. We can do that. My polycarbonate roof is leaking after 2 years, but I thought polycarbonate was supposed to be good stuff. Polycarbonate is good stuff. Okay. Here we go. Polycarbonate. We love polycarbonate. And now listen, folks, she's not asking about polycarbonate. She's talking about polycarbonate. She's not saying plexiglass. Okay. Polycarbonate. Okay. We're not getting paid by Tough Act.
That's a peel off sticker.
This is just an old sample piece, and of course, manufacturers change throughout the years, and depending on oils, storms.
So that's what's on our windows.
Yes,
just
this
so
is
people
what we
know.
use on our windows. Polycarbonate. Can't break it. Okay.
Doesn't yellow.
Right. Plexiglass is very splintery, so we love polycarbonate. And yes, most greenhouses, if they're not using glass, are using polycarbonate. You know why? Because it's safe. It's not going to shatter. And what was that movie? There was a good one from years ago. Oh, big old shard of glass. That's how it ended, right down into her.
Final Destination. Was it one of those things?
Oh, it was so close. It was not that. Maybe you guys know.
Is that another
That was
context?
really random.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Tangent.
You have different qualities of polycarbonate, just like you're going to have different qualities of plastic, different qualities of metal. And polycarbonate, if that's up on the roof, and here's what I'm worried about with our greenhouses that we're designing, is that is a lot of abuse on that sun, a lot of expansion and contraction. It will work. I don't think it should start leaking after 2 years, but here is what I'm going to suggest. I guess I am an engineer. It may not be your polycarbonate roof materials leaking. It's
where it's screwed in.
It's where it's screwed in.
Oh.
And Ethan, which I'm sure he's already watching because he's on vacation, he loves to preach this. We need to get to the bottom of this. I don't believe him. He said with roofing screws, which is what you would use on even polycarbonate, that neoprene washer that's underneath the metal washer that the hex head comes down and compresses, he says they're only good for 10 years. He'll say, what good is a lifetime warranty on metal if you've got to go up and replace the screws? I don't know if I'm buying that, but what I can tell you is most likely the neoprene could be becoming brittle, and that's your leak point. Maybe you just got to change out the screws. Also, there's a lot of expansion contraction with plastics up on a roof, and we're realizing this. Oh, this is all I need right now. Murder monster mittens.
Also, sometimes when you use the polycarbonate sheets, like I did over the pergola, you kind of overlap them because you're not going to get a big sheet because you're not customizing. And that overlap, even though you use the roofing screws, the water tension can kind of just find a little channel and leak sometimes because you're not using one solid piece. It might be overlapping somewhere to connect the pieces depending on what your setup is. So my experience has been that can kind of water will find a little channel some way. Right?
So, Amber, it's not that polycarbonate's not good stuff. Now, if it cracked and is leaking, that's different. I suspect it's not the polycarbonate. It's going to be one of the screws. Now, listen, last show, I noticed, Kristen, you weren't with us as much as you needed to be.
Well, there was a cat
so
and a
chicken.
chicken.
If you cannot focus and give your 100% attention to our audience, the kitten will be removed. Do I need to go put the kitten in my desk drawer and you get her back at the end of the year?
No, sir.
Wow.
All right. So hopefully that answers that. Now listen, we're about to take it a step further. Now I want to get into, okay, well, Matt wasn't thinking about that, but how do I still know what to choose? So we need to generalize this. If you're going for rustic, if you want to see this natural.
If you're going to stain it, let's say.
Okay, yes, it's going to be see-through.
Yeah.
Semi or transparent, so you want to see the grain. Go with real wood. Acre, can it be oiled? Yes. Can it be stained? Yes. I mean, it's absolutely a dream to stain, to oil. It's just so consistent. Oops, sorry. Well, I got you good on that one.
So I
have a splinter in my hip. Thanks.
I think I keep asking the same question. If you use a stain, not an oil where it's completely transparent, but if you use a stain that deposits some kind of color, not super dark, but not quite as dark as that, but somewhere split the difference.
Like a semi-transparent.
Yeah.
No, transparency doesn't mean color.
No, I want a stain.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
stain.
sorry. I was distracted by the cat.
But doesn't have to be that dark. But you can use a stain on the Acre and the Douglas fir, and that should match. It's just the when you want to get all the wood grain that you're gonna. So
okay.
you're using a stain that's I don't know.
So this is where you're going with it, and I did want to touch on this.
Okay.
So let's just do it now. So what I think Ingrid's saying is, okay, Matt, I want to use a stain, and I want to really focus on this. When we say stain, we're thinking we're going to make it a certain color. When you oil wood, you're at the mercy of the species, and that's what makes oiling kind of nice, and it's very forgiving. Stain isn't as forgiving. But if you said, okay, yeah, I'm going to just stain my coupe a dark, like what's this one? No idea. A dark brown, all right? And you stain your Doug fir a dark brown, you're going to get a good match, and you're good to go. But if you're looking for rustic, you want to see that grain, you want to go real wood. So I got to make sure people understand that. And then the other thing, too, is what's nice about Acre is you can get away with just staining this because you don't have to have a clear coat to protect it.
Thirsty.
Oh, my gosh. If you stain wood and it's just a stain, that stain isn't going to protect the wood unless it's a combination. And I don't like combinations. These products out there, it's like a 2-in-1. Yeah, stain and clear coat in one. It's a nightmare. I just don't think it really works as well. And the only analogy I can come up with is it's just like cars. You do a flat paint, you paint that car, you get it on, and you go over top with the clear coat. And the clear coat is actually what's going to get scratched, so you don't scratch that paint. You can buff it out. That clear coat is that first layer of defense. It's kind of the same thing if you were going for that. So I hope that makes sense. So yes, you can stain all the wood, and that's going to make it all look like one color. But in this case, with oil, because you want to go for that rustic look, that's too much of a contrast, in my opinion. Now, questions so far?
No, but we haven't listened to this comment.
Yeah, that's breaking news. Boop, 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 boop.
Test results. Black stain on Acre. All exterior facing Acre on my American Coop is stained in bare exterior black. No melting, warping, or discolor in South California.
Southern California?
Southern California. Heat wave. Looks great.
Thank you. Sonos.
Sonos beat you to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What have you been doing?
Yeah.
Nothing. Playing with kitties.
First of all, we want pictures of this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We need proof. He could just be
Send
saying
in your
that.
picture,
Yeah, send in
and
your
we'll
pictures.
send you.
Send it to Ingrid at
Ingrid.com.
Stop it, Kristen. I expect better from you. Ingrid at carolinacoops.com. Send me pictures because I want to see it, and we can put them on the website. And yeah, we'll get you a T-shirt because Matt hit the bell there.
Yes, this is huge. So thank you. This reminds me of the other thing. We need to reach out to all our customers that have our Coops. So don't let me forget to make that announcement. We need their help. Hold on. My mind is blown right now. Okay. Bear with me, folks. Okay. Test results, black stain on Acre. Okay. What does that mean? So I was going to talk about that. So leave this. Well, no, get rid of that comment. We're going to go back to this because I want to go back to that comment. And this is where we get into Switzerland. Okay. We have talked a lot about what paint can you use on Acre. And believe it or not, I know it's probably hard to tell. This is Acre. Okay, let me flip it. Acre, painted. And actually, this is not painted. I'm going to take it back. This is a solid acrylic stain.
It's very nice.
And it looks like paint, goes on like paint. You paint like paint, looks like paint. Love it because it absorbs, especially on wood, and it's doing great with the Acre. What we've learned is, supposedly, and this is where we're going to go back to Sonos' comment, is that because there is PVC in Acre, that's actually in there not to keep it from disintegrating. That's not it. It's actually in there so you can heat it up and melt it, so you can form it into whatever you want to make, which is not what we want, but it is what it is. That we were told that if you use too high of, oh my gosh, what's it called?
The pigment?
What's the term? The 3 letters. LRV?
Yes.
Light reflective value. Thank you. Whew, I had a brain fart there for a minute. The cat is very distracting. I don't know if I'm okay with this. You got to have an LRV of 55 or higher. Jeez. Yeah, I did not do my show prop. The point is.
No, you did.
There is only.
You're almost there.
You want a certain amount. You got to have a certain amount of reflective or it can start to melt or bow and become soft. Okay. Now that's scary until I explain some things. And this is what Sonos, I think, is proving. And Modern Mill won't go on record and say it, and I understand it, but this makes sense. Matt, because your Acre is not meant to be walked on, it's not meant to be part of the structure, you can get away with whatever you want to get away with. And that, I believe, Sonos has just proved it. And I believe it, but I haven't done it with my own eyes yet, but that you got to have a certain reflective value. So now Switzerland, our customer in Switzerland said, we don't have Sherwin-Williams. What do I do?
And she's here with us. She just said hi.
Oh, is that her?
Uh-huh.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because I told Mackenzie, I said, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So my advice is just go.
Hi, Lisa.
Just go to your local paint distributor. I don't know who's in Switzerland. And just make sure you have an LRV of 55 or greater, meaning light reflective value. You really don't want to go with a dark color to play it safe. But bring Sonos back in. Sonos got an American Coop, Southern California, okay, in a heat wave. There is no brighter place I've ever been on this planet than Southern California. My God, it's just beautiful there. And then in a heat wave. So not only do you got the sun heating up the material, you got the ambient temperature with exterior black.
Wow.
So,
Stain. Stain.
Exterior, well, yeah, exterior black stain. So in theory, that should have not worked, but it is.
It's probably the smaller pieces as well.
So many reasons why I know we can get away with it. So I don't want to confuse people. I don't want to stress them out like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. We're actually doing this to try to simplify it. So what we've learned is even with our solid acrylic stain, as long as it's going to reflect it, you will be fine. And we still prefer a solid acrylic stain over a paint. Even though we love our Emerald Rain Refresh, it is stupid expensive. Is it self-cleaning? So they say. I still feel you're going to have a lot less maintenance with solid acrylic stain than you will an actual paint. Okay, so now with all that said, questions?
Amber said it's leaking at the screws.
For the roofing?
Yeah. She said, how do I fix that? I would say, replace the screws.
How old are the screws?
Yeah, and she might not have used the ones with the, well, maybe she did, with a little roofing screw.
Oh,
the
good.
grommet?
See, good point.
Or they're special ones for polycarbonate?
Because I know I used those little roofing screws that had that. And if you do it too hard, you also kind of, if you screw it in too much.
You kink it, yes,
yeah.
And you're going to cause a leak.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this didn't work as well as I thought it was going to be. So here is a piece of trim board, okay?
I want that piece of wood. That's nice. I can make something out of it.
So here's a trim board, all right? I just took a piece of wood, and what I wanted to do is I stained it, solid acrylic stain, I put it out in the sun. And what we've learned the extreme hard way, what happens is because it is a stain and it's soaking into the wood, the opposite effect is happening where the tannins and the knots will bleed through. That is the downside to even a solid acrylic stain versus a paint. It won't bleed through with a paint. But I stained this and I put it out in the sun. You can't really see it, how dark. The tannins are already starting to come through. If you are painting your coop, and you're like, well, Matt says solid acrylic stain, I want a solid color look. I cannot emphasize something else enough. It is imperative to spot prime and block these knots. Unless you want it coming through, it does not look good. It
is a chicken coop.
You got to block it, all right? Versus if you're getting a chicken coop and you wanted a solid color, get rid of this stuff altogether. Which brings me back to Acre. Oops, sorry. Well, I'm just hitting you hard, aren't I?
Yeah, splinter in the shoulder again.
Look at that. Again, Acre. It makes your life so easy. There's no sanding. There's no priming. No nothing. Right?
Right.
Okay, you guys aren't as excited as I am. Thought you would be. Now, okay, Matt.
It's bubbling up from the inside.
You're mad because the kitty jumped ship. All right, so here's what happens now. I did want to show you guys a little behind the scenes. This is a nightmare. When we do have to paint solid wood with knots, this is one of our go-tos, which I'm not a fan of. Okay, it's a shellac. It stinks. You got to spot prime all the stamps, the knots, let it cure so it doesn't bleed through. Okay, so that's time consuming, and again, it smells. And a new one that Sherwin-Williams has just sent our way. This is why they should be paying for this show. Sean right now is Kitty.
You just hand her over.
Wow, he just sent pictures already.
Nice. He really wants that shirt.
Well, he's getting the shirt.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Oh, it looks great.
Can you bring him up? Do we have permission? Sonos? I hope I'm saying it right. Sonos. Do we have permission?
His name's John.
John. Thank you, John. John, do we have permission? Let's get that uploaded. Let's bring him up. Let's show everyone. This is what I love about a live show.
I don't know if I can.
Absolutely you can. So easy.
Oh, I know. I know.
There you go. And you're in luck because I can't find my.
amongst yourselves.
I can't find my mouse. All right, so here is.
That's suspicious.
Here's what was happening. These cans, if you don't use it all up at once, and you use half the can, you put the cap on, the tips become so clogged.
All right, I'm going to share this. You want to see this?
That looks so good.
Doesn't that look great?
Oh, wow.
Like he used it only on the Acre. So I was thinking the whole coop was black.
He did this?
That's very nice.
That's
right,
he did a really good job putting it together and everything.
Yeah, that's a great color.
Screen share, play. No, yes, no.
Stop it.
Cold, warm, hot.
Stop it. It's driving me nuts. Look how
look
great
at,
that looks.
Yeah, and the coopscaping. Look at those plants.
I love it.
Okay, so listen, coopscaping real quick. Folks, if you have pictures of your coop, whether it's a Carolina, American, California, any structure you bought from us, okay, and you assembled it or we assembled it, but then you came back through and did the coopscaping, please send us those pictures.
Not just coopscaping, but we would love to see the chickens in the coop or outside the coop. So it looks like it's lived in.
What size is that?
That looks like a 6x12. Yes. Right?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Or the angle looks a little short. It's looking a little short.
It's not.
Not okay.
Yeah, it's because you can see that's 4 foot, and then there's an extra 2 foot, and then 3.
Yeah.
Been that long already?
That's how long I've. But that he did an interior one too. Let's see if I. Oh wait.
No, that looks great. So
there's
again,
an interior shot here too.
That makes me so happy. So happy. And I had this. Oh, I like how he painted his gussets.
Yeah.
A different color. That's brilliant.
That looks really good.
Look how good. So everything's nice and tight. So well put together. Great job. And here's the other benefit, folks. When it comes to painting our coop, and I'm assuming this is what John did in this case, you have the ability to paint the siding separately from the framing. So when you bring it together, there's no cutting in. And it's which is my favorite style of construction, Tudor. It's very Tudor looking. And it's just absolutely.
And look how clean that is too with the Acre.
Yes.
The two-tone with the Acre. I think that works really well. Like it looks amazing. It doesn't look like you have to, do all the caulking and stuff that you.
This looks like a coop we put together. That's how good John did. We don't see that a lot, to be honest with you.
The color combination's great. It's like a sage kind of green
with
the black and the black hardware and the Dutch door with the. It looks. He did a great job.
Yeah,
great
awesome.
job.
Thank you for the pictures. You earned yourself a T-shirt.
You totally did.
So 10-year grommets. Ethan must be bored. He's on vacation. He misses us. All right. So great. And then please, if you have pictures of a coop that you bought from us and we turnкeyed, and you got it coopscaped and you got your chickens in there, please send us those pictures. Our website could use more of them. More of the. Here's what it's going to look like when it's all said and done, if you will.
I'm requesting.
Perfect.
That's a request from me because I want to see. I know people like to see the chickens in there. We get a lot of pictures from our crews and stuff after it's done, but there's, it looks kind of sad because it hasn't been lived in yet. So
right.
We want you guys.
She sees sad. I see completion.
It's completion. It looks great.
I know what she means.
But
I agree.
you can see
There's no life there.
Yeah, you can see the predator apron. There's usually like a cord hanging out somewhere.
Cigarette butts, the radio. You see the reflective of Ethan in the background. All right, so now moving on. So I just want to make sure you guys heard what I said. If you have to block your tannins, and this stuff's not cheap. This is all oil-based. But if you don't use up the entire can, the tip will clog, and that's why we want to stop using these. Because we don't always use the whole can, and that's just a waste. And God knows how much I love waste.
Yes.
Right. Jean asks if you want a plain white look with Acre, what is better, paint or stain?
Okay, bring it in. But real quick, before I get to that question.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure this is a brand new product that Sherwin-Williams dropped off. Sean is already using this on a Gothic coop that I think next week we're going to finally get out there. We're going to actually set the cupola and then do the full walk around. He's going around blocking all the knots. And I can't wait to hear.
He's a knot blocker?
He's a knot blocker. Can't wait to hear what he has to say about it. But here's the thing. I know this is going to work well. Oil base. Pain in the butt to clean. It's going to smell. Going to be flammable. Yep. Danger. Okay. But it's worth it, in my opinion. Okay.
Yeah, definitely for a white coop. That is. a worthwhile step.
Question. If you want a plain white look with Acre, what is better, paint or stain? Okay, great question. My opinion, stain. And the reason is because you're not going to have the maintenance as quickly with stain as you will with paint, because paint kind of just bonds. Stain soaks in, so it's not coming off. All right. Paint, it'll end up dying, is what we called it back when I used to paint houses. You got dead paint, you got to go through and scrape it off, and that's a pain in the butt. And then when you paint it, then you start to see it. The advantage of paint is you can skip the step of blocking the knots. Now with Acre, you don't have to worry about that, but you're still going to have. Check this out, Kristen. I thought you'd appreciate this. You can still have knots in the framing that can bleed through, and that'll drive you nuts. So if you use a paint, you don't got to worry about staining it or blocking it. But
if that, I mean, not everybody thinks that's bothersome.
You sure? No, I hear you. So I like stain. I like stain. That's
now,
our default.
If you have that bleed through with the knots, can you go over it with another coat later?
Hold on. It's not what I thought you were going to ask, but you just helped me make a good point. If you stain it and you're like, I don't believe Matt. Let's see if those knots come through. Oh, there they are. Oh, crap. You can go over top with the stain blocker. If you paint it and something starts to come through, which it shouldn't, but let's say it does, the stain blocker won't work because the paint's going to stop the stain blocker.
Ah, okay.
Makes sense?
But you can put another coat of paint on it.
You can put another coat of paint on it or sand it down and then put the stain block on and then repaint it, which is a lot of work. Hopefully that answers that question. So we need to do, Christopher, hopefully you're going to continue taking notes, more and more band viewer.
No.
No.
I didn't mean to. I just
Oh my gosh. Poor Gene almost got banned on accident.
It wasn't.
Good.
Gina.
Whew, I'm glad you stopped. Okay. Check this here. What do you think of this piece of wood? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did this come on the truck?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't that incredible? So we don't talk about this as much, but
What
here,
a lucky find.
Yeah, here are trees that are planted and they're hybrids to grow really fast. You can see how far apart those growth rings are, which are great, but they're very lightweight. I picked this up as a sample. I'm like, oh, this is the good stuff. Look how slow that tree grew. Very dense wood, very stable wood.
That is a pretty significant weight difference, too.
Yep. Well, it's very dense. Yeah, and it's great for doors.
Wow.
Great for, that's what we call our door wood.
Another question.
Yes.
Stormy, our friend.
Hi, Stormy.
If an order was placed before y'all started using Acre on everything, will orders go out this month if orders going out this month be in wood or Acre? Because I was hoping my bungalow would have been in wood.
Okay. This brings up today's meeting. And I hope, did it make sense what I'm saying? Yes, I'm going to sit here and say things. Absolutely. I'm going to go out on the floor. And there are times that I will say, this is what I want. What is happening in this business, in this company, is people take that differently and start executing at different times. And that's not what I mean. That means now you guys need to come together and figure out what you got to do so everything's perfect for the customer. And we're talking about the rope wrap roost bars. Like, I didn't know if it's been flipped or not. I don't care. They need to figure it out. Every Coop now, especially with the new click and buy coming out, here it is. They all get rope wrap roost bars. They all get the run doors, blah, blah, blah. Standard.
When the next gen Coop comes out.
When the next gen Coops comes out. We need to talk a little bit more about that. But as far as the bungalow, that should fall under custom, which means it goes onto a beautiful green piece of paper and goes over to the custom shop that they know they really got to focus on everything it says. So, Stormy, to be honest with you, I don't have an answer for that. I can tell you if it's what you want, it's what you're going to get. I would love to do a test right now. For everyone out there listening, bring me in. This is where Jesse needs to come in. Because I want to know how we're doing. Here we go. You guys are going to see it live right now. Jesse, you got a copy. Jesse, come in, Jesse. Hopefully he's back from lunch.
Go ahead.
Please meet us in the studio with Stormy's work order, please. So
He
we're
doesn't know who that is.
Oh, okay. I don't want to. Smart. I'm live on the air.
It's a bunny bungalow.
Bring me a bunny bungalow for upstate New York. I believe Syracuse, Cortland area.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out how we're doing in East
He knows
Stormy.
where Cortland is either.
Southerners.
I know,
Okay.
really.
Question: when comparing the results of oil versus stain on Doug Fir and Acre, oh kitty. Wait.
Ooh, kitty. That's what it is. That's what they're saying. It's like people getting distracted because of the kitty.
That's not bad. That's like oh jeez. Oh, one of our big his name slipped my mind. He made a joke that a Coop at a baseball stadium, they really like foul balls. That was funny. Or fly balls. No, I think he said fly balls. Oh my gosh.
It has to be foul balls. Makes sense.
No, yeah. Oh.
Foul would have been better.
Yeah.
He's always here. Mike Trapp. He's always here listening. I haven't seen him in a while. Okay. Moving on. I think I covered it. I hope. And I feel like I didn't get to all the samples, but hopefully it makes sense. And there was a video right here we did yesterday. I want to know what you guys think. So we did a video. We discovered we have what's called wood psychiatry.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
see? Is this a Rorschach test?
What's a Rorschach test? There's an actual
Rorschach test. It's the ink blot test.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you see?
Okay. What do you see? All right, we're going to get back to that. Here is Jesse, production manager. His job is to make sure everything gets out on time and is perfect.
Is on green.
Thank you, Jesse.
See, that is green paper. Excellent. First thing I want to know.
It's invisible custom Coop paper.
Jesse, would you like to sit in the chair?
I would not, no. Thanks for the offer.
All right.
I'm with you.
I parked on the ramp and the keys are in the truck in case you need to move it.
Got it.
I didn't even know that was an option.
It's not technically.
Okay.
This is confused. Oh, and you're the salesperson, so you got some explaining to do. Hold on.
She doesn't work there. She doesn't know.
New Acre product.
Oh, I'd be happy to clock in if you want me.
I'm so confused. New Acre product will replace HDPE and ply. Okay, hold on. East Stormy, you want it out of the wood, right?
Yes.
Not Acre.
She didn't know if my order was placed before you started using Acre and everything will be going out with Acre. I was hoping it would be in all wood.
Is this Coop out of Acre or all wood? Okay. As a business owner,
it says Acre.
As a business owner, when you hear silence, that is deafening. So, East Stormy, thank you. We will get to the bottom of this. Let me make sure I understand your bun bungalow. See, is there two? Is it Callie Coop with the bun modification? So she's getting a bun. All right. And she wants it all out of wood, right? East Stormy, am I saying that right?
Yes.
What are you, a cat person
We'll
too?
make sure that we reach out probably later this week, early next week, to make sure that we have all the details straight.
Thank you, Jesse.
Okay.
Right.
Nan said we're going to be reaching out and make sure we'll get it all straightened out for her.
Awesome. All right. So back to Amber M. She said it is the screws, but she asked something. What do I do?
Yeah, but then we said that it could be that she did it too tight, replace the screws, and she said thank you. So.
But if it didn't leak originally and now it's leaking, replace the screws.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That is so funny. Oh, kitty.
He turned that kitty over like a baby, and it was just so sweet.
Well, Murder Mittens is no baby. She is hell on wheels. This kitten.
He's a kitten.
Modern Mill states. Ooh, this is good. Modern Mill states 100% acrylic latex paint. What's the latex supposed to do? If not latex paint, just 100% acrylic. Is that okay? Okay, I don't know. Let's get to the. Okay, so now I actually asked, and I forgot because I've been so busy.
Yeah, how are acrylic and latex different?
Okay, hold on. There is a representative from Modern Mill that I was asking if they could be in here to chime in for these types of questions. I am not an expert on, like, I understand it. Let's see, latex, acrylic. Acrylic's more of
that's just interchangeable, isn't it?
No, because latex is water-based. Acrylic is a type of plastic. Okay, Modern Mill states 100% acrylic latex paint. What's the latex supposed to do? Well, the latex just means it's water-based. You can use oil.
Mm-hmm. Latex releases a lower amount of VOCs than acrylic does, making it more suitable for interior use.
Yeah.
Conversely, acrylic is more adhesive and elastic than LASIK. They're
Right.
both water-based.
And that's the polymers. That right. What's the latex supposed to do? Well, I think it's just we're trying to reduce oil.
Acrylic paint offers a broader range of colors, better color retention, and tends to be more flexible and durable once dry. Latex paint, on the other hand, is known for its exceptional adhesion and resistance to peeling or cracking.
Oh, you don't believe that?
There's different qualities.
Okay.
Let's be fair, because I tell you, again, Sherwin-Williams, they don't pay us to say this. They should. Absolutely love the Sherwin-Williams product. There's cheap paint out there. It's going to be garbage. Get the good quality stuff.
So is
Would this be
100% acrylic okay? And it seems like the answer is yes.
Oh, yeah.
Would
I
this
would
be a
think
good
so.
time to bring up the Consumer Reports testing of exterior stains?
What?
What? The cat. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
This is where you're up to no good. You've mentioned this before. Oh, and yes, I don't care. This is a live show. We can talk about it, but I don't agree with you.
Oh, I'm just, you don't have to agree with me. There's an independent place that tests, and Woodscapes did not test as well as other exterior stains.
There are
Just
other,
to let you know, there's other
Okay.
products that may be good.
To be fair, the reason why I really like Woodscapes is, one, it does a good job, especially for the price. If we were getting into like a fine art piece of furniture that maybe we didn't want to use lacquer so it doesn't go up in flames when the power line falls and the overflowing septic tank blows up. Anyone?
Sorry.
Anyone? Meet the Fockers. Anyways, you can absolutely get higher quality, anything that could do better. But I guess I don't mention that enough, is a lot of times when I say I like this product, it's because it does a good job, especially for the price and how much time it's going to save us.
Mm-hmm.
Show me where Woodscapes has not performed beautifully. Show me. Rest my case.
Bro Ham has a question. When are you going to put the Dutch doors on the website for sale? It's a good question.
Good question. When are we, Ingrid?
I don't know. When I get my stuff, then I will put them on.
HR.
It's a rollout sheet thing.
I will find out where we're at with it, but I believe we are stuck with packaging right now.
Yeah, it's boxing.
We're not
Packaging.
stuck. Bring
We
it
need a
in.
video too.
Tell Lance, bring in both options. I want to hear what people have to say. Let me show you a little bit more behind the scenes. This is ridiculous. I need you guys to just start making decisions. And why it's getting held up is they're scared to make a decision. They want me to make a decision. Let's make this decision right now. Bring me in. Bring me in the boxes. Do you guys have any idea where this is going?
Yes.
See, here's where people would love you. We need to just film what it's like here all day. People would love to.
Okay, clean up.
No, we're not cleaning up.
Get ready for the what they're bringing in.
Not
right?
bad. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna bring in the boxes. I'm gonna explain to you why the Dutch store is not on the website yet.
Yeah, it's not my fault, people.
No, everything's my fault.
It's not my fault.
Casey, while we're waiting, Casey has a question. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Hit that thumbs up button. 56 people. Why? What happened to our show? I take a hiatus for
Because
what?
it's
2
just
weeks?
a rando show that we put up on a Wednesday. That's why.
Oh, so we should do it Sunday morning.
No, that would be worse. You
Can
need
I
3
tell?
people.
Can I tell you guys something, real quick before we get to this question? I was looking at our analytics this morning.
Did you see the cat?
Something is very interesting. Did you know that now, on average, most of our viewers are actually younger than me? Most of our viewers are from the age 25 to 44. Yeah, a moment of silence for what the hell is this cat doing? I thought that was interesting. Thought that was it was always like the 45 to 64 age. Interesting. What was the point to that? There was a point I was going to make.
Oh, about our viewers.
That
Film,
you've
film
alienated
everything. I don't know.
We need to film everything.
you've
I'm not sure if
alienated
and
older
also
people.
we need to make an official video. Come on in, Lance the legend, everyone. Acre, there are people still chiming in on our YouTube channel, which
The
okay,
size of
thanks
that
for
box.
yeah, right. Thanks. Is there 2 of them? I need 2 of them. Yep, there's that one. Yeah, don't say it. Don't give it away. Listen, folks, especially you out there, thank you for watching our video and commenting, but you don't know everything. Acre is not made from the leftover garbage from China. Okay.
No, in Mississippi.
Right. And Georgia, Louisiana. It's American rice and is an upcycled material. I reached out to Modern Mill. I said, why would people think automatically it's from China other than, rice? You think Chinese? He said no.
That's rude.
Yeah. I even said in one of the videos I was mad. I was like, I think I should know. He made an interesting point. He said there was once another company trying to do the same thing overseas from the Chinese rice hall, and it failed miserably.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting history.
And he said that kind of got out there, and they've had to kind of combat that.
Do damage control. Are we going to get to Casey's question?
Yes. Okay, Casey's question. When painting a 6x12 coop in-house, how many gallons of paint are used? Just curious to my technique is I used much more than I had estimated, and Sherwin-Williams Emerald Rain Refresh is very speedy. Okay, I was with you until very speedy.
He might mean spendy.
Okay, let me know, verify that, because I don't want to assume. I can tell you, you're probably right. Emerald Rain Refresh is like $114, $120 a gallon.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid expensive. I mean, yes, everything's through the roof, but Emerald Rain Refresh is so expensive. I am not sold that it's worth spending that money, charging our customers that money compared to Woodscapes. There's no way. How many people want a self-cleaning chicken coop? I mean, come on now. Yeah, this is going to
already have a self-cleaning chicken coop.
Yeah, true.
Inside and outside.
And outside. That's a good point.
So how might
I'm getting there.
Okay. Sometimes you get tangenty.
No,
okay?
I don't.
You do.
I don't get tangenty. What am I doing, Nan? I am actually processing and thinking of the answer while I'm talking so I don't have dead air. And how I'm going to say it. Hold on, my phone's ringing. Just kidding. All right.
Well, we spray it. And that uses more.
Okay, go on.
He's probably not spraying it. He's probably hand applying. So it depends on what application you're using, depends on how many gallons you're going to need.
Mm-hmm. But the question is, how many gallons of paint are used in-house? So very, very specific, which I love. So how many gallons are we going to use if we paint a 6x12 in-house? We're going to use twice as much than we would hand painting that we will with a sprayer. But we will paint a coop in 100th of the time than doing it by hand. So it definitely weighs, the benefit outweighs the when it comes to time spraying. However, there are tips. Don't have your pressure so high. And more importantly, when it comes to tips, it's the tip. You want to make... Oh, this is a good point. When I went out to San Diego and met with our customer out there and he went and got a sprayer. And again, being very technical, which again, I can appreciate, you want to read the can. Actually, it might even be on here. You can read the can if you're going to use a sprayer, and it'll tell you what tip size to use.
Wow, that's handy.
Yeah, do you think we do that? No, we break the rules all the time. We don't use the tip size right there.
Yeah.
2,000 PSI, tip 0.019 to 0.021. Okay? It says it right on the can what to use. That's what's recommended. I'm not a fan of that. I'm going to use what we need to use when we're painting a lot of small, intricate pieces. And boy, whatever tip they're doing now, I went to go paint these pieces the other day. The fan pattern is so small, it's wonderful. Which
is good coverage.
Yes, and you don't have as much overspray and waste.
Oh, good.
So now with all that said, I didn't even get a chance to answer the question.
Is it like 5 gallons?
You know, it's been so long for me, I can't remember. Here's what I can tell you. It should not take more than a 5-gallon bucket to paint a 6x12. If I ask right now, they're gonna say
yeah, 5 gallon. Yeah.
But for that paint, that's like was that like
$500? Yeah. I am gonna ask them. They're gonna say 7, and it's because we spray a lot. If we were to paint it by hand, 2.5 gallons. Why isn't Evan's the one that would know these answers? I'm gonna tell Evan he needs to chime in and watch. So Casey, how many? Oh, what's going on here? Casey, how many did you use? We can have hearts. Heart this. We have thumbs up and now hearts?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nice. What's better, a heart or a thumbs up?
How did she paint her coop? Did she spray it or do it by hand?
Well, most people do it by hand.
Well, we can't really answer if we don't know.
Right.
That's right.
So that's why I was just going to say,
Yeah,
Casey, let us know how you painted your coop and how many gallons did you use. Oh, and honestly,
she
too.
did spray, and she did mean spendy. This is why I need to scroll, but you get all like,
Yes.
where are you going?
Um,
And she used 7 gallons.
Oh.
No. Well, that sounds about right.
It sounds about right, to be
It's
honest
right.
with you. It's ridiculous. You would
Yeah.
think, so that's 700. It's ridiculous. You would think you would ever use that much, but
Ethan said 8 gallons.
well, because Ethan hates painting, and he's just like, good. No, I'm just kidding. He's getting a lot better. He hates painting, though. And painting's one of those things you either love or hate to do. I absolutely love it. Ethan just doesn't have the patience to be a good painter, but he can be a good painter when he has the patience. Mm-hmm.
Well said.
So I would say you're right on track. Wait a minute, Emerald. What's that say? Stained my DIY make
What?
great application, max UV resistance mold. I use Defi solid color wood stain. Never heard of that. $66 a gallon. Well, that's gonna include delivery, I'm sure.
And it's
Stuff's-
headquarter in Indiana.
Stuff is so expensive. And then here's the other thing I wanted to wrap up about this stuff here, folks. Another thing you may want to think about when you're considering what material to use. I really need to do a video focused just on this one subject, and that is how do you get it to be perfect? And what a lot of people don't realize, the amount of sanding that we have to do just to get the wood so it's not rough. I had that one piece.
Well, this piece looks a little rough.
Well, yeah. If you want it to look good, like how Acre looks once you paint it once without doing anything, it's going to require an enormous amount of sanding. And on top of that, all the wood filling, all the caulking, and we talked about when do we caulk, when do we wood fill. But like this material right here, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can't see it. You see from the mill a lot of bumps and whatnot.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to do it on today's show, but we were going to probably dust ourselves out of here. You wouldn't believe you put your first coat on. This actually has 2 coats, but you put your first coat on. If you want that real smooth finish, sand it. You're going to remove half the paint. That's okay. Spray it again. Sand it. Go up a grit, meaning maybe at this point you're 220, and sand it again with like 320 and paint it. You would not believe how smooth you can make it. But that is an enormous amount of work.
Yeah, that's typically what you do for furniture.
Are you?
That's exactly, yes. Yep.
Are we gonna get to the box?
All right, I think I'm done. Oh, there was one other thing.
And we have the answer.
Yes, and then one other thing from that we talked about when I was out in San Diego that I take these things for granted. I wanted to share a pro tip with you guys. Are you ready? How many times do we go to paint and we use, that painter's tape, blue? Now I know you got green frog tape. You probably got orange now. Who knows? You tape it up, right? So we're gonna take some tape, and here we're gonna take some tape, and we're gonna cut it in, and boom. Okay. Now I'm gonna paint it. All right. And then I'm going to pull the tape off, and then you see it bled through, right? When you got 2 colors coming together.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we seen that?
It happens.
Right. What do we do to combat that?
Don't use the tape and just cut it in.
True. But let's say we're going to use tape. And this is what I told the customer out in San Diego. And he goes, oh, I never thought of that. Makes sense. And I was like, yeah, these little things I forget. Do you know what you do?
What?
So let's say I'm trying to call. Let's say I'm trying to find the piece of white BCX.
Is it on the other side of this?
Yes. Maybe. Did I not bring in white?
No.
Oiled. Anyways, okay. So here's what you do. Let's say you wanted to paint this in half. Like this is going to be our dedicated line. And you wanted the top half to be white, then the bottom half to be black, okay? And then we're going to use this line to make a nice crisp line. You paint the whole thing white.
Mm-hmm.
You put on your tape. Guess what you do next? You paint the whole thing white again. Let the white paint go underneath the tape, getting you a nice crisp line. Then go over with your black. That black now has no room to go underneath the tape because the white now went into it after you put on the tape. You peel it off, perfect, crisp line.
Interesting.
Did that
So you
make
have
sense?
to wait till it dries before you put the tape on. But yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So hopefully that made sense. I want to do a video on that because that's something I learned years ago. I was like, oh, Well, that makes sense. We were painting cornhole boards, and that's where I learned that.
Okay, so
All right,
what
here we
about the Dutch door?
Okay. Oh, oof, boy, we're just getting started now. Hope you guys are doing well.
not just
July
getting
3rd,
started. I'm
2024. I'm hungry too. I hope you guys are ready for a wonderful weekend. It's going to warm up again. I can't wait. All right, the question is, when are Dutch doors going on the website? Listen, if you want a Dutch door, just call us. We will sell it to you. We'll get it out. Don't wait for it to be on the website. However, here's all that's left. I need your guys' help. Give me your input. Can I have box option A, please?
I'm gonna let Christopher do that.
Yeah, and he's like, well, which one's A?
I'm not covered under your insurance.
Good, great
so-
choice. No, just give me one.
Yeah, one's heavy.
Why the heck did they put a door in it? All right, folks, tell me what you guys think. This is going to be tricky.
And then these boxes are, you have to, people, when they get mad about our shipping costs, look at the size of these boxes.
Listen, shipping costs, complainers, people, sorry. Yeah,
Haters.
No.
Their boxes are so large.
Something
And
happened.
sturdy.
Listen, and I know
That's a thick cardboard. That's
90
like what you put in an appliance in.
99% of our customers get it. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. But
a nice
I'm sorry.
box.
I hate losing the game by 1 point. We had someone literally say, are you guys insane? Are you nuts? Da, 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 da. Shipping is how much? We don't have control of the shipping price at the end of the day. We do everything that we can, like right now, to get it so shipping is as cheap as possible. We do not make money off of shipping. We have nothing to do with shipping prices. We just do everything we can to hopefully get them as low as possible. Don't blame the messenger, I guess, in this case.
Yeah, and you're not buying an exterior door from Lowe's and having it shipped to your house, are you? No, it's not coming in the UPS truck. We're trying to give you these things that are large and big and building type things, furniture.
American made, handcrafted.
Handcrafted with love. In
Yeah.
North Carolina, we're trying to bring them to your doorstep, and it's tough.
And cardboard boxes alone. And like you said, yeah, look how thick this is.
And it's got to be custom made, and we need certain specs.
It's so expensive, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's a really nice
all right,
box.
So, guys, do you want box A? Here it is. Here's the box that the Dutch store is going to go into. See if I can't tip everything over. And you get the idea, right? It's just a box. And this is what I call the flat panel TV method. You're going to pull the Dutch door out like this.
Right.
Not bad, right? Not horrible.
Or you can turn it over and dump it out.
Oh, then they're like, oh, you sent us wood that has dings in it.
And then the other one was that like
So here's A.
Okay.
Show me B. Christopher, bring in B. Oh,
there's a door in it.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's like a pizza box, right?
Don't give it away.
Oh, well, these were ideas that.
And this is for the podcast listeners.
Yeah.
We will make the podcast listeners go, man, I really want to see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're hating you today.
No, this is what happens.
Really.
Like
all the show and tell.
There's really a door in there.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to pick it up.
Let's use it to our advantage. Bring it on in, brother. And I got my. Christopher.
Watch out for the show, Kitty.
We need traveling music.
Oh my God! How heavy? All right, hold on. How heavy?
Oh, I think I'm being squeezed out again.
No, don't start dismissing yourself. I hate when you do that. See, where are you going? That takes away from the show. See, it's more dramatic if you stay in here and try to.
Oh my God! Look how big that is. The
See?
perspective on that is just like ridiculous.
Oh, he's at the. Okay, so what do you think? Look at this box.
How much is that weigh? I wonder.
How much was it? We did weigh it. It was like 56 pounds, 60 pounds.
That's fun.
Okay, so we actually have a Dutch door in here. Here's where I need your guys' help. This is all that's being held up on the conversation. Kristen, do the honors. Open it up.
Oh, it's not like a pizza box.
It's like a
It's
present.
like a present.
It's like a
That seems like it's way more costly, though.
like a shirt box.
It has to be so it doesn't get damaged in transit.
So this is what I call the clamshell box or the shoe box.
Right.
Very expensive box, but look how much easier it is to pull your Dutch door out.
And how does that not get damaged versus the other one?
It's not that they're not going to get damaged. The layers of corrugated is important. Of course, our expansion foam, foam in place has a lot to do with it.
Right.
This box is more about, do you want to slide it out the top, or do you want to open up the box and be able to pull everything out without having to slide it out? Think about like when you're pulling a flat panel TV out of a box, not horrible. Or, I mean, look at Apple. Look how good Apple does on their boxes. it's kind of that same thing. You just open it up and it's there.
Can you you can't put the expansion foam in the one that you slide out, can you? You just have to put some kind of like foamy layer things. Like,
You can. It's actually a lot harder. This is easier to package.
That would seem harder, yeah.
Is that double walled?
Yes. So this box is like twice as much. And case in point, folks, we are always trying to figure out what's better for you, not only to how to take your touch store out of your box, but cost effective. And at the end of the day, people don't understand. Customers pay for everything. You know, that's just business. You know, if my taxes go up, guess who pays for it? I don't. The customer does. You know, so I'm always trying to figure out what can we do to show the value. What do you guys think? Is it worth it? Is it worth to have this beautiful?
How much of a difference is it?
Yeah, is it like $2.50 versus $5 or
no? Is it like 10 versus 20?
More. Yeah. It's more.
It's like a $50 box.
It's close.
That's like a $27 box.
Okay.
Right.
And it could be a $13 box.
Talking to your mic.
It could be like $13.
It could be a lot less.
But even if it's a more expensive box, does it mean that the people that are packing it can do it quicker?
Very good. So you have to take that in consideration. Your biggest expense in business is labor.
Right.
So I am always trying to hit it from every angle perfectly. And as you guys know, I'm very quick at making decisions.
Are you?
That's where you guys are supposed to laugh.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for something from 7 years ago.
Oh, here we go. So I don't know. I want to make sure the customer is very happy about their purchase. You're going to love the Dutch store, but you got to feel good about the price. And we got to roll in the box. And yes, labor and packaging. I don't know what to do.
I don't think it's worth it if it costs a lot more. I mean, it was a nice...
It's
when
going to
you're
be...
thinking about the 30 seconds it takes for someone to unbox it, it's just part of the process, and they're more excited about putting it on their chicken coop than unboxing it. You know, it's not like an electronic where you have actually a video, unboxing video. Like, I don't know. It's
right. No one would ever known the difference until now, me showing this video.
Right. I don't think it would be worth it if it's safe in transit in the other box.
You could do like a timing to have Lance box a
Yes.
door in both of them and then figure out the labor.
Yeah, that could be a factor for sure.
Yeah, and we do that.
I don't know as if the other style box will come double walled.
I think it is.
It is. Yeah. I don't think it needs to be. So, anyways.
Per UPS, it does.
UPS. All right, let's put the top back on, please.
Okay. It is a beautiful box, though.
Thank you. And isn't it not a beautiful Dutch store? Look at that thing.
It is. It just, that seems like a little overkill.
Did you do that on purpose?
Think about the weeks that you could block with that box.
Is that correct?
That's
Good
payback
job.
number 1.
I could possibly be buried in that box.
Yeah, go up and over.
So are we going to get to the contest winner? Because
Yes.
Ingrid's hungry and she has to eat.
Oh, my gosh, 117. All
Yes.
right, did anyone get it right?
I don't even know.
I know.
We
because
don't
it's
know
been
the answer.
So long
All right,
ago.
so here we go.
It's like hours ago.
Here we go. If you have
I wonder if anyone even answered.
If anyone even remembers.
Well, you missed out on a chance if you weren't here early. Customers plugging in their pump and pump's not working. Verify they have power and it's not working. So I suggested go get a voltage meter, make sure you have power here. And that is not where the problem was. Nicole here said, wait a minute, what about blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, she was right. And that's all it took to get the pump working. What was that?
I don't know. Did somebody answer blah, blah, blah? Did someone answer it correctly? I don't know.
What?
Is that a technical term?
What do you think was going on in this situation why they did not have power to their pump? Can I have someone bring it in? I need a
I
prop.
think Matt won. He said always check the flux capacitor.
Kitty? All right.
So E Stormy says it wasn't pushed all the way through the connection strongly.
Seen that. Remember? We went out and the guy said, my pump's not working. And I literally pushed it in a little bit more and it came on. Yes, you got to make sure it's plugged in.
It can also get dirty.
Speaking of clogged,
That little
Andrea says
connection.
clogged. Yeah, that can make it appear that it's not working.
Positive and negative or backwards.
That's not bad. Okay, smarty pants. If you reverse your polarities on a DC, what happens?
I'm sorry, the cat.
The cat's trying to climb the green screen now.
See the little head
You can
popping.
pull these out and clean them. That's all it is, a propeller. Do you know what happens if the polarities work backwards? Now, they can't be backwards on AC because AC goes back and forth 60 times a second. Our lights are doing it, and it's so fast we can't see it. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
It'll spin backwards. It'll spin the other way. So this would actually become a vacuum if set up the right way. Can I have someone bring me in what it was? Maybe Nicole should do it because Nicole...
Actually wasn't completely. I'm just reading things.
Did anyone get it?
I don't know.
What do you think was going on? Any idea?
No.
There wasn't a lot of answers, by the way.
It was so... That's fine. That's fine. No, we don't have to have a tea...
Could you bring in that widget that you were talking about with the water system to the studio, please?
Kitty! This cat.
Well, if I was allowed to play with the cat during the show, she wouldn't be bothering you right now.
Here's a quick chicken question while we're waiting.
I've been expecting you.
If I give a broody day-old chicks to raise, should I initially segregate the broody and the babies from the rest of the flock?
Kristen?
You don't have to. It's not a bad idea.
I do.
But
I do because mine are mean.
Just be careful not to move her when you give her the babies initially, though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't want to move her until they've bonded. So I'll put the babies under her the first night, and I don't move her until she wants to get up. Maybe the day after or one more day.
Here comes Nicole.
Here comes Nikki.
Had
Hi, Nicole.
such a proud moment yesterday.
What? To heat it? That was it. Wait, that wasn't even in play.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
You didn't say it was.
You gotta figure it out.
Yeah, but you didn't. You said it was
Nicole
a circulating water system. Nicole, because she's smart.
Okay, it has the pump. Anyways.
That's completely a separate.
Yeah, I didn't know we were using
item.
that. I just assumed we were in Miami when we didn't need it.
I didn't know either. None of us knew. Who's to say a customer's not going to go buy this elsewhere?
Mm-hmm. Well, we said the power source, so they plugged the pump into the heat it, and it didn't kick on because it was too hot.
Bingo.
This is a thermostatic switch. If this is plugged in, you got power. Oh, our power went away. And then you plug your pump in. Your pump's not going to work. Here, do it. Here, hand me that plug. Okay, look at it.
Well, yeah, if I were troubleshooting someone with somebody on the phone, I would tell them to plug the pump directly in.
That's what
that
we
would
did.
be one of the first
That's
things.
what we were told.
It's not direct.
No, but that's what we were told. You feel me here? This is why pictures and videos are so important. Because people may leave this out. People may not realize this is two separate units. That's what happened. They had the heat it plugged in. And, of course, it's not going to work unless you're down in the southern hemisphere where it's really, really cold. This person was out west where it's really, really warm. So guess what they did? Oh, works perfectly now. The point is, thank you, Nicole. I didn't think of that where I pride myself on troubleshooting. You really got to step back. Don't assume anything. I assumed it was here, and it wasn't. Nicole goes, what if they have a heat it? Soon as she said that, I was like, oh, my God, there it is, right?
Mm-hmm. You should give her a raise.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. What a fun show. What did you guys think? Glad I caught this live. Hi, guys. Yeah, Ingrid and Kristen, thank you for being here. Now, Ingrid, you did ask, well, Matt, when you going back to New York, we don't want to have you go on a hiatus. We didn't know it was in play either. We didn't know it was in play. We had no idea. Anyways,
I have a question for the people watching. Go ahead.
Well, again, folks, this is the point I'm trying to make. Think of yourself like a doctor. You don't know what's in play until you maybe cut it open. You know what I mean? That's the point. And that's the thing about business. This is what I love about business is you got to think big. You got to really zoom out. You got to really not leave anything to certain. Even when a customer says, yeah, I have it plugged in.
Well, that's why we asked for pictures.
And that's
All
why
right,
we
can
asked for pictures.
Christopher talk
Christopher,
now?
go ahead. Oh,
Jeez.
sorry.
Oh, I was just curious why people like watching this show. What's their favorite thing about it? Why do they tune in? And that's pretty much it.
We haven't figured that out in 5 years.
We haven't. That's a great question.
Well, I think people like the show because they like hanging out, and chickens are a part of it. But we'll see. I'm curious.
So I did want to address some comments, and there a lot of them were the good ones, and that I love that when it comes to the VCL, how much and we talked about this last week, how much they appreciate just, I guess you're right, Christopher, that is just hanging out, and you don't know what's really going to be said. Usually. I know it's supposed to be about chickens. Boy, Christopher and I really got into a tangent. We went from flat Earth to, did we land on Mars? Who assassinated JFK?
Oh, is that when Ingrid and I weren't there?
Right.
Yeah.
Halfway through the show.
That's when it was fun.
Yeah. Halfway through the show, I was like, wait a minute. I'm free to say what I want. And I still couldn't because I know that'd be business suicide.
Yeah,
God forbid I have an opinion.
No, I'm trying. Okay.
What?
I've always just looked out for you, Matt, and you just make it
Yes.
sound like, oh, poor me, I can't say what I want.
That's the
I'm
whole
just trying
point.
to
See,
look
I
for
think
you-
people
look out
like
for you.
this right now. Like what?
That's called we've got some good banter.
Yes. And folks,
And
it's
we
all
have
fake.
a great community
Banter,
of
and
chicken.
bantams. That's what the show should be called.
And we have a great community of chicken people.
Yes, the banter's fake. It's just for the entertainment. It's so boring after hours here off the show. But yeah, why? What do you guys like about Video Chicken?
Jennifer says we watch because we love learning more about chickens and how to take care of them, and we love all you guys.
Thank you.
And we actually learn things all the time.
Ben says he likes to listen to Matt getting beat up.
Oh, we can do more of that.
Yeah.
I like the camaraderie you all have, and I've always learning something
that's
new about
true.
chicken and coops. Yeah, the camaraderie, and we're learning. So that's what I've said. That's what I want our videos to be about. Educational and entertaining.
With a kitten.
When you combine those two, and the fact that you just don't know what to expect, I don't know what to expect, and we are live. We're just sitting here having a good old conversation. Nothing scripted. Half the time, Ingrid's like, geez, I'm the producer. I would like to know what's going on. I'm like, well, it'll be fun when you...
And hopefully one of us did show prep.
Yes. You speak your mind. I wish I spoke my mind. I would love to. I would like to ask my mind. Because that's what I do. I don't really speak it. I just ask questions that apparently get people all riled up. Information, entertainment. What a great question, Christopher. They're just really chiming in. Again, why do you guys like this show? Because I tell you, that's what I want to continue. Because at one point, I was like, I'm done with Video Chicken. Because I don't like that it's not growing as much as I want it to. I don't know why all of a sudden we take a hiatus. And yes, okay, we're not here on Fridays. And I've also often asked, what day is the best day?
Wednesday might be better. Because people do, they might take Friday off, or they might...
Ben says he's just here for Cracker Muncher.
The analytics, people definitely start watching afternoon, and that's GMT. So that's Mountain? Is GMT Mountain?
No, GMT is Greenwich Mean Time, which is now. Eastern.
Oh, that's Eastern?
Yeah, I believe.
I don't know. I just find that interesting. But definitely, thank you for chiming in. I know that if you guys are here, you must like something.
And do you like when we have a guest?
Yeah, I like the guests.
I don't.
I know, because you're a narcissist.
Wow.
Whoa.
We
We can't talk about landing on the moon.
Yeah, the audience said more combative with Matt, so here we go.
Wow.
Just kidding. Relax. You just,
Wow.
because that upset me when you said that to me.
Said what?
I had said earlier about guests, and you're like, I don't like it as much with the guests. And I love the guests.
I do
and
too.
You did too. You love the interaction.
Did you
love to learn.
ever stop and go, well, what don't you like, Matt? Instead, attack.
Oh, yeah. Always attack.
Attack.
Well, that's what the...
That's not what you're supposed to
That's
do.
what the fans want.
That's, yeah.
You're supposed
Next
to
week's
ask.
going to be great.
I'm just giving the banter.
Yes, thank you.
Next
here's
Tune in. We'll
here's-
beat up on Matt next week.
That's
Here's-
what one person said.
The people have spoken.
Here is why I don't like the shows when we have guests. I don't think it goes as well.
Well,
That's not true.
it
We've had
depends
some
on-
good ones.
It's gotta be
some
good
of our
guests.
worst shows have been with guests.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's
Agreed.
very hard
Yeah.
to get them to be part of the show.
But-
Remember one, we're like,
Yeah, but that's why I need to do the pre-interview things.
Yeah.
But I mean, when we have Dahlia, when we have Lisa on, when we have our Dr. Crespo on, there's like when we have information even with Carl with the composting.
yeah.
These have been great shows and people really responded. When we had the guy from Coker Mill, people loved him.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad, and I still want to have guests. I'm just saying, out of all the shows we've done, I love the ones where it was just us. And honestly, if you look back, our best shows, like if we could grade them, were the ones that we had literally Q&A. We had nothing to talk about. Those were our best shows. So that's what I mean by
shows
that.
about nothing.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And I can
That's
tell
what I think.
Actually, I think our best show, we can take a look at it, but last time I looked, our best show was the top mistakes for building your own coop.
Yeah. That's when I had my keynote stuff.
Okay, let's pause for a second. Define best show.
Most viewers.
Most views.
Okay.
Most views over time.
All right, now that's different. I don't think of those as best shows. That's not the result I'm looking for.
Of
Quality.
course, that's older too, so it has more time to get.
Oh, that's a good
hits.
point.
Yeah.
Right.
Quality is not always better than quantity.
See, Amber
And
says I like the professional guests.
And quantity is not always better than quality. I always like the quality of the show. And the quality of the show is the ones that probably people spent the longest watching. So, you know what I mean? Means they didn't just tune out real
Right.
quick.
And also, do people like it when we're out of the studio or in the studio? Because we've done a few when we're outside the studio and in the shop or
And
outside.
they're tough.
Yeah, they're tough because Matt can't see what's going on. That just
Oh, yeah.
logistically,
We can't see the comments.
Yeah, logistically, it just is.
We
is
spend
little
half
bit
a
of
day moving the studio
Yeah,
outside.
it's a nightmare.
Okay.
So
but I do like guests
um,
that add to the show.
And they have to be short enough too.
Right.
Like they can't go on and
we
on.
really
and on.
need to vet out our guests. The one that really sticks out that I really enjoyed is when we had, I forget his name, from the chickendoors.com. He was funny.
He was good.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah, and he was it was just that was
Yeah, he was entertaining, and so was Fallon with
Yes,
the wildlife.
yes,
Fantastic.
yeah.
She's fantastic.
Yeah,
we have a lot.
I guess some of our worst shows I think were with guests. And that might be where I'm coming from. So we
Yeah.
just got to do better. And I
Kevin.
want to continue having guests. I so would love to have some higher profile guests on too. So we need to start aiming for the stars again.
Okay. I also had the duck person. I have to talk to them. I have to vet them out first. They wrote a book about duck because we're not more chicken
yeah.
people. So the duck.
I don't have any
expert
ducks.
Would be great.
I just love that our best shows, in my opinion, as far as quality, that people really stuck around and watched the longest.
We're the ones where Matt talked the most.
No. We're the ones
Is my mic on? What's going on?
we're the ones that were Q&A. So I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do.
I think it's probably best when things get a little out of control.
Yeah.
So
And I would like to add to that.
So here's what we're going to do. Next week, we're going to do a show.
Totally out of control.
Next week. We're still doing this?
Yeah, next week, we're going to do a show. I'm not going to be here.
On Wednesday. Wait.
But you guys do it, and then see how
You're
it
not
goes.
going to be here?
No. I'm going to be in the comments box commenting.
I'm going to get Dr. Crespo on then.
Yeah?
See
That
how
would be
you
cool.
see how you like it.
Whatever you guys got to do.
So
Whatever.
then I go to where Ingrid is, and Kristen goes where Matt is, and Ingrid goes.
Oh, yeah.
We all just moved to.
Rotating chairs?
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, it is 1:33. Thank you
Yes.
so much for being here, guys. This was fun. I hope it made sense. Hopefully, it raised more questions. That's the idea. Is just
I
to
think it
raise,
did. I'm
is to leave this show with more
Yeah.
questions, more confused.
No, I think that was important, especially as we move towards Acre.
I can tell the professional I want to bring on, and again, they have to be vetted, is a person that is an expert on pressure treated lumber without a biased opinion. I really want to get to the bottom of some concerns that people have with pressure treated about leaching, longevity, the reaction to metal, where it comes from, what species of lumber does the best, things like that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
More professionals. They all want professional guests.
Yes. Oh, that I totally agree. Because I love when people bring in a level of expertise.
Right. even the ones I'm not particularly excited about, like the Acre guy, like that was interesting.
Chandler, yeah, he's a
you
good
know, the
guest.
things that I'm not even like, okay, well, I'm not expecting much out of it, and I actually like, wow, this is really interesting. Wow, he's entertaining and interesting.
Yeah,
like,
something just occurred to me. You must hate this show.
No, it's just like like what you just said, a show on pressure treated lumber. I wouldn't pick that out of a list.
Yeah, no, me
But
neither.
that goes to prove how boring this show must be to you.
No.
But when it's chicken related, that's where I get bored out of my mind, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's why we have to have
It's
both.
a shame that you're doing a chicken show then.
I am doing a chicken coop building show because that's how easy chickens are. You really don't need to know that much about chickens. I think people just take it to such a severe level. It's like, really?
That's why we have to. We have
So
to have
I must-
chickens and
Well, that's why you two work well, though.
Right. Because there is a contrast. And this is why, with the chicken expertise and... Yeah, I get bored. I get so bored when you guys get talking about chickens.
Yeah, it's good that you're hiding that fact. That's nice. That's nice for us.
confessions.
That makes us feel good.
We might have to go off the air for the rest of the confessions.
Oh, confessions.
Thank you, Ben, for that comment.
Hold on, real quick. Speaking of confessions.
Ben, you've got
VCL After Dark.
What was this called again? What do you guys see?
With the
What do you guys see? I know what I saw immediately. So we walked around and started asking people, and
like
this
a
is
sloth.
And it was wood psychiatry. What sloth?
Three-toed sloth. Why not? What kind?
How
of...
many sloths do you know?
I know.
Name the top 5 sloths.
Sam the sloth. Perhaps.
You guys see it. Go on.
Well,
is it you?
I really need to eat, or I'm going to pass.
Sid from
Sid.
Ice Age.
Oh, I don't have kids. I don't watch that show. Come on.
He's a sloth.
Well, I saw a sloth.
She did.
Like
she did.
Yeah, and then what about Kermit sticking his head out of the water?
Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
No. The sloth is
You need
better.
medication, Matt. I don't know why you're saying that.
I need man, Ingrid. All right, I thought that was funny. So hopefully that video will come out soon. Again, guys, if you haven't watched it, go over to our YouTube channel. Check out the one, Building a Coop at a Ballpark. Really, really beautiful video. If you're not subscribing, subscribe.
It was a great video.
Yeah.
You did a great job, Christopher.
Thank you.
So we may or may not be back next week. I don't know. I'm playing it day by day.
Okay.
If it is, it'll be Wednesday.
Happy 4th. Don't blow off your fingers.
Yes. You guys have a good one.
Okay.
Later.
Bye.